Nobody paid attention to the 19-year-old girl flipping burgers at McDonald's until one night, a customer's forgotten napkin changed the course of space exploration forever. This is what really happened. It was 11:47 p.m. on a rainy Thursday in Houston. The McDonald's on Westheimer Road was nearly empty, except for Jasmine Martinez, wiping down tables after another exhausting shift. Minimum wage, aching feet, and managers who treated her like she was invisible. For 2 years, she'd been saving every penny for community college, but the numbers never added up. A disheveled man in a wrinkled NASA polo had just left, forgetting his tray. As Jasmine cleared it, she noticed his napkin covered in equations. Not just any equations, orbital mechanics calculations. And they were wrong. Completely, dangerously wrong. Without thinking, she grabbed her pen and began correcting the math on a clean napkin. Delta V calculations, trajectory adjustments, fuel consumption rates. Numbers had always made sense to her in a way people never did. While her former classmates went to universities, Jasmine taught herself calculus from library books, solved MIT OpenCourseWare problems on her phone during breaks. If you've ever been overlooked or underestimated, hit that like button right now. The next evening, the same man returned. Dr. Robert Chen, his badge read, Senior Mission Analyst, NASA Johnson Space Center. His eyes were red, his hands shaking. Did you throw away a napkin from here? Had equations on it? Jasmine reached into her pocket and pulled out the corrected calculations. Your initial trajectory would have sent the capsule into lunar orbit decay. You forgot to account for gravitational perturbation from Earth. She handed him the napkin. This should work better. Dr. Chen stared at the napkin, then at her, then back at the napkin. His face went pale. This is correct. Who are you? I'm nobody, Jasmine said quietly. Just someone who likes math. Nobody? He laughed, but it sounded like crying. You just saved a $2.8 billion mission, maybe 7 astronauts' lives. He pulled out his phone with trembling fingers. Director Thompson? You need to come to the McDonald's on Westheimer. Now, yes, I'm serious. Just come. Within an hour, the fast food restaurant looked like a scene from a movie. NASA officials in suits, laptops spread across sticky tables, equations being verified on Happy Meal boxes. Jasmine, still in her McDonald's uniform, stood at the center, calmly explaining quaternion rotations to people with multiple PhDs. Drop a comment if you believe genius can be found anywhere. How long have you been working here? Director Sarah Thompson asked. 2 years? 3 months? And your education? Jasmine's cheeks burned. High school. I couldn't afford college, but I study on my own. MIT posts their courses online. I've completed through differential equations, linear algebra, classical mechanics. Show me, Thompson interrupted, sliding her a tablet. Solve this. It was a trajectory optimization problem, the kind that usually required specialized software. Jasmine picked up the stylus and began writing. The room fell silent except for the hum of the fryer and her pen scratching across the screen. 20 minutes later, she set down the stylus. Thompson looked at the solution, her eyes widening. This is elegant. You used a novel approach. We've been solving this iteratively with computers. You just did it analytically. Computers are good, Jasmine said, but sometimes they miss the beautiful solutions. Dr. Chen leaned forward. The mission you saved. We've been working on it for 6 months. The problem you found, we missed it through 14 review cycles. How long did it take you to spot it? About 30 seconds. The error pattern was obvious once you looked at the 30 seconds, Thompson repeated. She turned to her team. Clear the room. Everyone out except Dr. Chen. When they were alone, Thompson's professional mask dropped. Jasmine, I'm going to tell you something that can't leave this room. That mission Dr. Chen was working on? It's not public yet. It's a critical resupply to the lunar base. If it had failed, she shook her head. We would have had to evacuate 3 astronauts at a cost of billions, or worse. I didn't know we had a lunar base, Jasmine said. Officially, we don't. Yet. Thompson studied her. What would it take to get you to leave McDonald's? Jasmine laughed bitterly. A job that pays more than $7.25 an hour? How about $120,000 a year to start? Full education package and you begin Monday. The number didn't make sense. That's impossible. I don't have a degree. I don't even have... You have something better, Thompson interrupted. You see mathematics the way Mozart saw music. Do you know how rare that is? We can teach credentials. We can't teach genius. Subscribe now to see how this incredible story unfolds. Monday morning, Jasmine Martinez walked through the gates of Johnson Space Center wearing a borrowed suit instead of a McDonald's uniform. The security guard looked at her temporary badge twice. Says here you're assigned to Mission Critical Analysis, Building 30. That's where they plan the moon missions. I know, she said quietly. The first week was a blur. Orientation videos, security clearances, and suspicious looks from colleagues with impressive degrees. They tested her constantly, leaving problems on whiteboards to see if she'd solve them, asking her opinion on calculations they'd already verified. Each time she either confirmed their work or found improvements they'd missed. But it was the Artemis 6 problem that changed everything. A critical fuel calculation that had been stumping the team for 3 weeks. The spacecraft needed to perform an unprecedented maneuver to avoid debris, but every solution either used too much fuel or took too long. Jasmine stared at the whiteboard for an hour, then suddenly grabbed a marker. You're thinking about it wrong, she said. You're trying to avoid the debris. But what if we use it? Use space junk, Dr. Chen asked. Not use it exactly, but its gravitational effect. Look, she began writing equations, fast and fluid. The debris field has mass, small but non-zero. If we adjust our trajectory here, we can use that tiny gravitational pull to our advantage, like a slingshot, but microscopic. The room was silent. Then someone ran the simulation. The trajectory worked. It saved 4% fuel, enough for an extra 2 days of mission time. Director Thompson watched from the doorway. Martinez, my office. Jasmine's heart sank. She'd overstepped, spoken out of turn. They'd realized their mistake in hiring her. Instead, Thompson slid a document across the desk. Full scholarship to MIT. They've agreed to let you start while working here part-time. You'll have your PhD in 5 years, fully funded. I don't understand. That debris field maneuver? We're naming it after you. The Martinez Gravitational Assist. It'll be in textbooks. Thompson smiled. Also, we've had 3 calls from McDonald's corporate. They want to sponsor a STEM scholarship program. Apparently, a viral video of NASA recruiting at McDonald's has given them the best PR they've had in years. 1 year later, Jasmine stood in mission control as Artemis 6 executed the first Martinez gravitational assist. The room held its breath as the spacecraft threaded between debris fields, using their tiny gravitational pulls to save precious fuel. When the maneuver succeeded, the celebration was deafening. Dr. Chen found her in the quiet afterwards. You know what the best part is? That we saved the mission? That too, but mostly that you kept your McDonald's name tag, framed on your desk, Jasmine smiled. It reminds me that genius isn't about where you come from. It's about where you're going. 3 years later, Dr. Jasmine Martinez became the youngest flight dynamics officer in NASA history. She still works nights sometimes, not flipping burgers, but calculating trajectories that carry humans to the stars. And yes, she still keeps that McDonald's name tag on her desk, right next to her MIT diploma and the letter from the 3 astronauts whose lives she saved with a napkin and a borrowed pen. But here's what most people don't know. She started a program called Hidden Figures, Hidden Futures. Every year, NASA engineers visit fast food restaurants, retail stores, and night schools, looking for the brilliant minds hiding in plain sight. So far, they've found 17. Because Jasmine Martinez learned something that night at McDonald's. Talent is universal. Opportunity is not. And sometimes, all it takes is one person willing to look past the uniform to see the genius underneath. The next time you're served by someone young, tired, and dreaming of more, remember, you might be standing in front of the person who saves the world. They just need someone to hand them the right equation. Some heroes wear capes, some wear spacesuits, and some wear name tags and paper hats, solving the universe's problems between orders of fries.